Hello, welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. I'm letting myself get excited now. I'm done being anxious and stressed about it. I'm also excited because I realized this morning that I forgot to open my chocolate advent calendar, so I got 2 pieces of chocolate this morning. They were very delicious. And then I also have my advent calendar, which is very light and not rattling. A little bit of rattle. Let's see what it is. Ooh, okay. It's the one of the other Bite Beauty. And this one's beautiful. This is in shade Negroni. I was looking at the box that these all came in. They all have cocktail names, but it's just this really beautiful red. I will try this out later. Don't think I want to put on red lipstick right before I go make coffee and breakfast. I am doing better. It's not quite noon yet, so I'm going to try to eat breakfast brunch before noon for a change. But this is really beautiful, and I love these formulas. I always forget when I don't use these in a while how wonderful this formula is. They're kind of matte, but they're not drying. They're not like transfer proof. Like it will, rub off a little bit. But if you want that matte look without the super drying feel, the matte lip creams, I think that's what these are called. Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayon. Yeah, really good. So I will try out the red one later, but it matches my nails. That'll be perfect for Christmas. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some food and get back in bed. I'm reading another book. I will pop on later to tell you about some of the books that I've been reading. But yeah, it's just gonna be, I think this one's gonna be a cozy reading vlog. I just really want to read all day, do some more knitting tonight while I watch TV, while I watch a film. But yeah, during the day, I'm really just gonna read because I'm really enjoying that right now. So that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to get back to, and I will check in with you guys later. I've just finished reading another book. It is almost 4 o'clock. I've just been relaxing on the couch and reading. Tested out my new popcorn maker. Works great. but I thought I would just pop back on here for a little bit and talk you through some of the books that I've read recently. It's been a couple weeks since I did one of these in Vlogmas. So I'm going to start with the one I just finished, which is this one, Most Wonderful by Bryce Oakley. This is an LGBT romance set at Christmas time, but I would say it's not a cozy Christmas romance where everything's about Christmas. Like, there's other stuff the characters are going through. It's a little bit steamy, it's a little bit dramatic, there's like stuff that's going on. And then it's just all set at Christmas time. So one character is kind of like a bit of a Scrooge and just doesn't really do anything for Christmas, and the other loves Christmas and so tries to like get her to get more into the Christmas spirit. The one who's a bit Scrooge-like, she runs a bookshop, which I really liked that aspect of her character. Yeah, they're both kind of just going through stuff and trying to figure life out, but also trying to make room for a romance and a relationship in their life. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'd be open to reading more by the author. I thought it was really interesting. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I'm going to briefly mention this one. This is Christmas in Three-Quarter Time by Rachel Mcmillan. I mentioned this was the last book I mentioned in the last books I've read recently, and I had just started it last time. It's about two reporters in Vienna who are kind of in competition with each other. So it's kind of a enemies to friends to potentially something more kind of trope. In the end, I really enjoyed that book. It's beautifully written, especially the setting descriptions, the location descriptions, the way that Rachel describes and writes Vienna, but then the way that she writes and describes the Austrian countryside. The characters go on a road trip at one point, and I've been to Austria, but it's been decades. Like, it's been over 30 years, but like I just could picture it so well. Rachel's descriptions of it just bring any pictures you have in your head, she just brings them to life. And I already wanted to go to Vienna, but reading this made me want to go to Vienna even more. So that one was really, really good. Then the next one I read, absolutely loved this, is this one, Snowflakes at the Little Christmas Tree Farm. This was so adorable. It's by Jamie Admons. I think that's how you pronounce her name. This is your quintessential cozy Christmas romance. Like, it's a cozy Christmas story, it's a cozy romance, doesn't get too steamy or sexy. Not that I mind that, but sometimes with Christmas books I just want it to be a little less sexy and steamy, if that makes any kind of sense. This just needs to be a Netflix Christmas movie. There's a few books I've read this winter that I've kind of felt that way, but the main character starts off living in London. Within like the first paragraph, has quit her job, has broken up with her cheating ex, has quit her job. Her ex happened to be her boss. So breaks up with him, quits her job, goes home, gets drunk, and places a winning bid on a Christmas tree farm up in Scotland. So she gets rid of her apartment, packs everything up, and no big surprise, she gets up to Scotland and the Christmas tree farm is not quite what it looked like in the online auction listing. So then adventure ensues. There's a sexy neighbor farmer who has a pumpkin farm. I just thought it was really, really cute. I really enjoyed it. The cast of characters is really, really good. And yeah, I was laughing out loud. There's a lot of really funny puns. Cringy but funny Christmas tree puns. If you're looking for something that's just cozy and heartwarming, I really recommend that one. Slightly different is The Christmas Promise by Sue Morecroft. I, in the end, really liked this book, but it was not what I was expecting. When you read the description, it sounds, and even the little subtitle on the Amazon listing calls it the cozy Christmas book you won't be able to resist or put down. I would not call this a cozy Christmas romance. It is kind of like Most Wonderful, the first book I mentioned. It's a contemporary romance drama with a little bit of comedy mixed in, and it just happens to be set at Christmas time, and Christmas is part of it. Gets woven into the plot, but it deals with, you know, serious contemporary issues. The characters go through quite a bit. The romance and the conflict between the two main characters feels very real and very complicated. Not what you would expect from a Christmas book, but yeah, if you go into this book expecting just a feel-good Christmas romance, it's not quite that. It does get a bit steamy and sexy. So again, not something I associate with the word cozy. I feel like cozy romance and steamy romance are two separate genres. Because I read both genres, it didn't bother me. Overall, I did really enjoy it. Just wasn't what I was expecting. Then I read Snowflakes at Mistletoe Cottage. So 2 books with snowflakes in the title. This one's Snowflakes at Mistletoe Cottage. And this is by Katie Ginger. I really liked this one. It was this one also really, really cute. This one did make me cry just a little bit. So it does have some more complicated, like just real life drama kind of mixed in. The 2 main characters are both dealing with a lot from their past. One of them has a slightly more traumatic past. You know, overall, it was really funny. It was really cute. It's definitely got that cozy Christmas vibe. Basically, it's about a woman who loses her job and gets broken up with on the same day and has to go home. She's been living in London, kind of this great life in London. It all falls apart. She's got to move back home to the countryside to her parents. Ends up renting Mistletoe Cottage on the outskirts of town. Tries to start reinventing her life. And along the way, she starts a cooking blog. I feel like this one and the Snowflakes at the Little Christmas Tree Farm are both kind of about women who are starting over from scratch. It's kind of their journey of self-discovery, figuring out what they really want. And so I think I love that as a plot. I mean, it's also kind of what my own books do. So it is one of my favorite kind of tropes, I guess you could say. So I am drawn to those books. So I think that's why I really enjoyed that one. And then the final one to mention, also by Jamie Admons, and that's The Little Christmas Shop on Nutcracker Lane. This was so good. This one is about a Christmas shopping village adjacent to a nutcracker factory. It's about a woman who does craft. She makes Christmas decorations, and she and her friend, who's a jewelry designer, managed to get a spot in this Christmas village for the first time, but it's kind of on its last legs. It's being managed by this kind of Scrooge type character who no one ever sees. They just get very passive-aggressive emails and letters from him. And basically it's looking like it's going to be the last year. She just had her most recent relationship end, and she's just feeling really down about everything. And there's supposedly this magical nutcracker at this Christmas village. If you make a wish as you crack the nut, you might have your wish come true. And so she makes a wish to meet her Prince Charming, because every other man she's met ends up being a total dirtbag. She's holding out hope for Prince Charming, basically. The next day, she goes into a new shop across the way from hers and bumps into a 6-foot-tall nutcracker, knocks it over, breaks it. She flees because she's so panicked. And then when she finally goes back to kind of make it right, the nutcracker is gone, and in his place is a very sexy shop owner with a broken arm. So was it magic? I think that's what I loved about this. It's cute and it's funny and it's magical, and it does get you kind of believing in the magic of Christmas just a little bit, even though you know there's going to be an explanation for stuff. The writer really plays up the magic and the Prince Charming, and there's lots of like Disney Prince references and stuff like that. So if you have a thing for fairy tales and magic and Disney princes. I think you might like the little Christmas shop on Nutcracker Lane. I just thought it was really adorable and had me smiling the whole way through. This is another kind of just really straight up, cozy, heartwarming, feel-good Christmas romance. And the cover is beautiful. All these covers are gorgeous. So yeah, those are the ones I've been reading lately. But the next book I'm going to read is this one, A Date for Christmas by Erica Phillips. So I have not started it yet, but I have pulled it up on my Kindle. I will be reading this one over the next few days. Probably try to find one or two more to read this holiday season. I'm usually pretty happy to read Christmas books up through New Year. Like, I usually will wind down around like the 5th or the 6th. As long as my tree is up, I'm happy to keep reading Christmas books. Once the tree comes down, it's like, okay, I think I have to let go of Christmas for a little while. There's the books I've been reading lately. I hope you've enjoyed that, because really don't know what else to vlog today. Just really am not doing much. Whatever I do, I will show you. Oh, tomorrow I have an Instagram live I'm doing. I've never done any kind of Instagram live, Facebook live, YouTube live. I've never done any kind of live thing like that, but I'm doing it with the account, The Julie Chan Show. It's her live series called Beyond the Book. So I'll be on that talking about A Brave Start and Brave With You and all things writing and book related. So yeah, that's at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So as this vlog has gone up, if you're watching it around the time it's gone up, it'll be later in the day. 5 p.m. for all of my European followers is a little late for you guys. I think that's just past midnight. Might even be 1 a.m. now, I'm not sure. But hopefully it'll be saved on her account. If it is, I will be sure to share the recording of the live as an IGTV. I'll share that if it does get saved in that way. I'm gonna go and I will check in with you guys later. Okay, so I ended up deciding to go hiking. I don't have a lot of time. The trail closes in a little less than an hour. I think I'm only gonna go for about 30-35 minutes, so it should be fine for me. I'm just a little bit bored of walking around my neighborhood, so I thought a hike would be nice. The parking lot is definitely busy. I'm hoping once I get on the trail, it won't be that bad. It's a really big park. So as long as everyone's not congregating, you know, around the trailhead, it should be fine. Got my ear pods, so I'm gonna get the music turned on and enjoy a short but nice hike, hopefully. I'm back. That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. It was so nice. It's so gorgeous out. I hiked for about 35 minutes. I ended up going down this slightly different trail than I normally do. I haven't hiked that trail in ages. And so that ended up kind of being a little nice. I only passed 4 people. Wasn't as busy as the main trail would have been. But oh man, my ankles felt this trail though. It's a lot rockier than normal. So anyway, I think that's going to be nearly the end of the vlog. I'll show you what I get up to the rest of the evening. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to watch tonight. I hope you enjoyed the book recommendations. Question for the day. Okay, what outdoor winter activity do you love? It seems appropriate considering I've just gotten back from a hike. I mean, as far as outdoor winter activity for here in the desert, hiking, definitely, because winter is when it's perfect weather to go hiking here in the desert. In the summer it's way too hot, and so I really don't get to hike other than, I'd say, October through March is really the only time I can go hiking. After March it just starts to get too hot, and then it stays hot until beginning, middle of October. And it's not just the heat, it's also when the rattlesnakes are out more often. So yeah, the hiking season for me here in Arizona is pretty short, and it's entirely in the winter. Outdoor winter activity in somewhere that actually gets a winter. I haven't made a snowman in forever, but probably making a snowman I think would be a lot of fun. I missed that from my childhood, just going out and playing in the snow, making snowmen and snow angels. I remember one year when we were living in Germany, I just woke up and it was so bright in my room, and I went to the window and it had just this massive snowfall overnight. At that point we were bused about 20 minutes, maybe more. It can't have been that long of a bus ride. I'd have to ask my mom what the distance from Kelly Barracks to Patch Barracks was. So we lived at Kelly and our school was at Patch. So we had to take a bus to school every day. And so obviously the bus was not going to come get us. So we knew we were going to at least have a delayed start. All of us kids went downstairs to play in the fresh snow until we heard about school. And I remember while we were down there, my mom opening up the window of our 4th floor apartment and yelling down to us, "It's a snow day!" And that there was no school, and we all just cheered and got right back to playing in the snow. God knows how long we stayed out there before we went back upstairs, all frozen cold. But yeah, playing in the snow, I miss that. So that's my favorite winter activity. So what is your favorite outdoor winter activity that you love? Let me know. Say hi in the comments, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow in day 21 of Vlogmas. I'll see you then. Bye.